Hey guys, what's up? My name's Paige and I'm here to share my testimony with you guys. So this is actually going to be part of a segment that we're going to call Testimony Tuesdays, and on this website we will be posting a new testimony from someone on our team or someone from the community every Tuesday. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. So without further ado, I'm just going to get right into this. So I grew up in a home where we would go to church on most weekends. I had a loving mom and dad and a really great family. And when I was 6 years old, I remember asking God into my heart and really starting to believe in Jesus. But I never really fully understood what that meant. But when I went to high school, a lot of different things started to change. I started to be bullied pretty severely, and I lost my grandmother within the same year. And that just led to a lot of loss. I lost a lot of my friends and I lost my grandmother, and that just really led me to push God away. I didn't understand why God would want these bad things to be happening to me, and I didn't really want to be part of a God who didn't want to help me. So I really just pushed him away. But I still had this reputation of going to church and didn't really know what anything else was like. So I continued to go to church and I continued to be involved in that. But I really had pushed God away and didn't want anything to do with him. So going into my junior year of high school, I met this awesome group of girls in a small group at my church. And they really started bringing me back around to the idea of this God thing and really talking to God again and what that was really like. And that led me to really come back into the swing of things and talk to God again and really start to reform my relationship with him. But they left a year before me to go to college, and that led for me to be very lonely, and that loneliness led back into a depression, and I started struggling with an eating disorder. And I was really ashamed of that, and I didn't really want to talk to anyone about it, not even God, so I pushed him away and everyone else away. And I thought that I was dirty and unclean and that God would never want to touch me. And then over winter break, some of my friends came back from college and we were hanging out, and I went to one of them and told them about how I was struggling and really didn't understand God, and was really just all the thoughts that I was thinking about God and how I thought he was unfair. And she brought me to church the next day and said, I just really think this is going to be good for you. And at that service, the pastor was saying how we're never too far from God, and that no matter what we do, God's still going to love you. He still sent Jesus to die for you, no matter what you have done. And he can clean anything. He can clean you, and he can wipe you clean. And I just sat down crying, and I cried out to God to take away my eating disorder, and that I didn't want it anymore, and that I couldn't handle it on my own anymore. And walking out of that church, I have not had any urges since then, and I've been completely wiped clean from that eating disorder. And that does not happen often with eating disorders, which was a huge blessing. Going into college, I knew I wanted a relationship with God because of what he had just done for me, but I didn't really know how to pursue that, and I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. And another friend from home asked me to come to this thing called Crew, and I wasn't really sure about it, but I decided to check out the first meeting, and there I found out that another girl from home was going to be my Bible study leader, and she really started to dig into me and pour into me, and I really started to learn through this girl and through this organization called Crew what being a follower of Jesus was really about and what it was truly like to be all in. And all these people, they just had so much joy, and that was something that I really wanted, was this joy and this love that God could give you, and you really gave your full life to him. And so I decided that I really just wanted to do that for God and for myself, to get this joy that these other people seem to have. And ever since then, I've really been doing my best to live for Jesus. And that's not saying that I'm always perfect at it, and that is not saying that I am a perfect human being now, because I am far from that. But something that has happened is that the Lord has redeemed me, and what's really cool about this is that God has been pursuing me from the beginning of my story. And even when I didn't want anything to do with him, even when I was pushing him away and said, God, I don't want you anymore, he was still there, and he was still running after me to get me back. And that's, if you want to take out one thing from this, just know that God is running after you, and he wants you, and he wants you to know him, and he wants to get to know you. He really does. But thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys took something out of this. Don't forget, we're doing testimonies like these every Tuesday. So if you guys would like to listen into those, make sure you check out our Facebook page and our website on Tuesdays. We'll be posting about it then. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!